All right, LeBron, probably not exactly how you drew things up here, but end up getting the job done. Can you just take me through the action where you get the game-winning hoop there?
I drew it up. I wanted to go quick, so at least if I missed it, they came down. We got to stop. We got another crack at it. And then I had to redeem myself at the end of the regulation. I smoked the layup. I mean, going to my left hand, my strong hand, for me to miss that, I had to make up for it, and I was able to make up for it.
All right, so this road trip, I know technically the Clipper game is a road game, but 4-0 on the trip, you put yourself in a much better position going in to try to secure a top 6 pick, LeBron. What do you see that's building? The top 6 seed, I should say.
Listen, man, it's all about chemistry. The more minutes we can get on the floor with one another, the better we'll be. And even though this team, haven't been playing, up to their standards over the last couple of weeks, they still got competitors, they still got pros. So we didn't come in here with the mindset of saying, okay, let's blow them out. We came in with the mindset, let's get a win, and however that may come. So it took us 53 minutes, but we was able to get it done.
In an overtime like that, when things do get bogged down, what are the things that you're trying to get on offense, trying to get AD going, trying to get yourself to the rim?
Well, in the second half, they was definitely not trying to let AD play. You can see they was doubling him on every catch. So we had to be ready on the perimeter to make plays, but AD was still being aggressive. But in overtime, even though they started the overtime with a 3-point play, it's all about just keeping your composure, knowing 5 minutes is an eternity. So for me, I just try to slow the game down in those moments, which I was able to do.
Last one for you now. How much, LeBron, are you thinking about just the next game versus this big picture thing of trying to secure a top 6 seed?
I'm thinking about putting my feet in the ice bucket right now, to be completely honest. I haven't played that many minutes in about 5.5 weeks. I'm thinking about getting my body ready, mentally prepared for tomorrow, and then when tomorrow get here, we'll see what happens.
All right, go do that. We appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
And so you end up getting the win, which, of course, is objective number 1 for you. But what did you see down the stretch there, up 10, that 10-0 run for Utah to send the game to OT?
I thought we kind of walked the ball up the floor. They were charging, obviously, making a run. And we got the ball, and we kind of were walking. And it's the end of a long road trip. Guys on the floor played a ton of minutes. So circumstances were definitely at play. But we found a way. But, when you're in that type of position where you're not playing with any pace and for credible reasons, the ball tends to not make it to the paint. And a couple of those shots and those possessions offensively, we didn't pierce the paint or penetrate the paint. Then when we did get one, AD missed a shot. He makes a 99 out of 100 in his sleep. So that one time it rimmed out. But my hat's off to our guys, man. The way they competed on this trip. This was not an easy trip by any stretch of the imagination. And to finish it against a team like this, they were down a few key players, but Will and the staff, they've done a great job. And this is, again, a prideful group, and they came to play tonight. And, we talked about Taylor before the game, and he was on full display. Colin, even Damian knocking down threes, and KO is always tough. So they have a really good thing going here and what they're trying to build. We're very fortunate to get this W.
After Olynyk hits the 3 to put them up 3 later in overtime, Austin gets that pull-up jumper. How big was that, especially just with all the actions kind of focused on LeBron and AD and trying to get shots with Utah pushing them out? No,
it's always good when you have multiple sources of offensive production, whether it's Dennis getting downhill, Austin doing what he's doing, and AD, and even Rui. Rui has great set mix out there where he puts us on his back 4, 5, 7 possessions and get stuff done for us. But everybody's just chipping in and, moving the ball and everybody participating, not just with scoring, but just doing their part in terms of running to the correct spacing and playing with a purpose, screening with a purpose, cutting with a purpose, and just being ready to make a quick decision once the ball is swung to them.
How important has Austin's recent run of play been for your success as a team? He's averaged like 20.5 points over the last 8 games.
It's been great, man. He's been playmaking. He's been playmaking for sure. Not just, not only his scoring, but just him setting up his teammates, scrapping defensively, drawing charges. Just a blue-collar kid that loves the hoop. And, he's highly competitive. And it's been a huge boost for us here.
Darvin, the implications of tomorrow's game kind of go without saying, but considering you guys have travel ahead of you, played guys into the 40s. Where's your head out with particularly LeBron, AD, and D'Lo for tomorrow?
Well, we'll assess them in the morning. You know, as of right now, we just want to try to not be stuck in Utah with the elements that's going on outside of these walls. And we'll figure it all out. I mean, this time of year, everybody's got a little something going on with their bodies, and you know, our medical staff, they've been great with these quick turnarounds and making sure our nutrition team and everybody, the massage therapists, you know, everybody just doing their part to make sure we can bounce back and be ready for tomorrow night.
If it wasn't for their efforts, LeBron and AD, you probably don't have a 10-point lead with 2 minutes to go. But the fact that LeBron was able to get the layup to go in overtime after missing some jumpers at the end of regulation, and AD was able to get that offensive rebound in overtime after missing the free throws. You know, do you like seeing a redemptive quality over the course of a game for some of your leaders? I
mean, we've been saying it all year. It's been one of our staples as a staff. You got to have a next play mentality. You get depressed about missing a layup or missing free throws, that's going to spill. And early in the year, I don't know if we win this game because guys are so disappointed and want things to go right. And that split second you drop your head or you get disappointment and you lag back on defense or something like that, that lead just grows and their confidence grows. So you got to have a short memory in terms of making mistakes or making plays that you normally make and just be ready to go out and compete the next possession after next possession after next possession to prevent that from happening.
First of all, it looked like you had a collision inside with AD. You went to the locker room, obviously got cleared to go back and play. Just how do you feel at this point after taking a couple of charges after that?
Never better. We won. That's all that matters. You know, you get bumps and bruises and, you know, sports. So happy we won.
We're just talking to LeBron about this play, but you hit a pull-up jumper. LeBron said they called that action for you. Most of the OT and late game stuff was LeBron and AD, you know, kind of screen roll. What's the kind of mindset on that play? What are you looking for, and what do you have to clear out amidst a Utah run like that to hit it?
You know, like I said all the time, just try to make the right play. And I thought, you know, I got to the you know, nail area, and you know, DJ was in the drop, and AD set a good screen, so it was really just the right read. And you know, I like atmospheres like that. It's fun to play in, and that's really why we play the game. So it was really just, you know, another play that in a closed game in a tough atmosphere.
I think people might look and see, you know, no Kessler, no Clarkson, no Markkanen, and think that this would be an easy game. You knew pregame it wouldn't.
Yeah.
How tough was it, and what was it like to kind of be in it for, I guess, pretty much all 53 minutes? It never really got easy.
No, it was. I mean, like you said, it was a dogfight from the get-go. You know, they're a super talented team that, you know, plays freely, and you know, when you have that, I mean, it's the NBA. You got a lot of talent. You know, everybody can, you know, do multiple things, and you know, they got guys that are super talented. So they made plays tonight. You know, they made it really tough for us, obviously, sending into overtime. But like I said, it's a real big win for us. You know, obviously you want to win every game by 30, but it's not going to work like that.
You and Dennis combined for 46 and 10. How much does that help what you guys are doing, and how good is it to have both of you guys doing that for the team?
Oh, it's great. I mean, anytime you can, you know, put those numbers on the board with, you know, what AD and Bron do separate, you know, it's going to be hard to beat us. I mean, just because how much they do and how good that they are. If we can be solid, you know, around that, then it's major. But, you know, everybody pitched in tonight, and it was a good team win.
Austin, obviously the game tomorrow against the Clippers, it's going to be, you know, longish flight. You guys have played a lot of games here. How do you summon the proper energy for a game like that when they haven't played in a while?
I mean, it's a big game, you know, and it's the Clippers. So, you know, I think that right there, you know, takes care of itself. You know, it's a game. Obviously, every game you want to go win, but you know, it's a team in the same city, and like I said, it's a big game. So if you can't get, you know, prepared for those, then I don't know why you play the game. So it's gonna be fun.
First of all, it's a nice game. So obviously you have the 10-point lead. You know, Utah makes a couple plays. They get the bank three. You miss a bunny. LeBron misses one at the rim. What were your thoughts on that, and how did you guys have to kind of respond in overtime?
Just get the win. You know, it's not gonna always be pretty. It's not gonna always be perfect. But you know, the goal remains the same about getting wins, and it was able to get that tonight. You know, it took an extra 5 minutes, but you know, we got the job done.
It's a 4-game winning streak on this road trip. Technically, the Clipper game is a road game as well, but at least you get back to LA. What did you guys do with this trip to kind of put yourself in position to where you're looking to get to in the postseason?
Yeah, we control our own destiny. I think right now we bumped up to 6 tonight, so you know, we're in the playoffs. But obviously, depending on what I think Golden State does. But you know, we continue to win basketball games. You know, we're not looking, too many games ahead. You know, we worry about tomorrow now. That's the Clippers. Take care of business, and then we'll go from there.
Darvin said you're going to wait till the morning to kind of get with the medical staff, get with you, and figure out your status, LeBron, D'Lo. Any just initial thoughts on how you're feeling at this point?
Yeah, like you said, I mean, tomorrow, obviously I haven't played in back-to-back in a long time. Then played like 42 minutes or something like that. So probably the most I played since I've been back. So, I mean, we all get on a phone call or something tomorrow and go from there.
Austin's recent run of play has been really crucial to your success as a team. What's kind of stood out that he's been able to take it to another level these last 8 games?
Yeah, he's doing everything we need him to do on both ends of the floor. A couple charges tonight, big shots, threes, everything. So he's been playing phenomenal for us, and we're going to continue to need that, the final 3 games that we have. But he's just dialed in right now. He's locked in what we're doing. He knows what we need from him. He's not scared to take big shots. He's not afraid of the moment, and it shows.
Will the standings play any impact on the decision tomorrow? Is it solely physical?
No. Yeah, it's all physical. I mean, the standings has nothing to do with it. It's all physical.
Yeah, Darvin said that, the next play mentality you guys showed in overtime, maybe earlier in the year, guys will still be thinking about the 10-point lead that you blew and you don't win the game. Did you see growth in that area in terms of as a group this year?
Yeah, he preached that all year. Has been preaching it all year. Next play mentality. We can't, think about the last play. I think it showed early when, get the jump ball. Kelly gets it, go gets an and 1. So we come down. Next play, Brown come down, hit a 3. Tie it and start getting stops. Brown's able to get to late, obviously, to win the game. But I think, like you said, early in the year, we'll probably be thinking about, should have won this game in regulation, and be a little frustrated in overtime, and then starting overtime the way it was, be a little frustrated. So definitely growth in that department for sure.
What you see on the last bucket, and did it feel even sweeter considering you had kind of a similar look on the other side in the regulation?
No, what I saw, I had a nice clear lane to the right side, and Baji kind of bodied me a little bit, which gave me an opportunity to counter that move by spinning off his body and finishing over DJ. So definitely had to make up for blowing that layup at the end of regulation. I had a really good look. We set up a good play, and I just left it a little short.
He asked Darvin pregame, and he had said something like that he had trusted you guys, wasn't going to make a big thing about trap games and stuff like that, but end of a long road trip, just how tough of a game was
they're playing good basketball, man. At the end of the day, they still got pros out there, even though we're marketing out and, with JC out and obviously their rookie, Kelser, he's been playing really good basketball this year. But, they still got pros out there, and Taylor's been playing, exceptional basketball as of late. Kelly Olynyk is a very solid player, throughout his career, and he shows tonight again why he's that. And, the rest of those guys kind of stepped in. Obviously, Colin, before the injury and, getting back into his thing, he's always been one of those attack guards. So, he was pretty good for us. Good for them tonight, too. So, we felt like at the end of the day, we didn't want to come out and just predict what the game was going to be. You play the game as it's supposed to be played, and no matter if it's 48 minutes or 53 like tonight, you got to win it.
You told Mike after the game that your first thought, thinking ahead, was just get your feet in the ice. What's going to determine whether you can play or not tomorrow against the Clippers?
How my foot feels when I wake up. I step out of bed. That's been the most important since I've injured it, 5 weeks ago. That the next day after either rehab or training or treatment or whatever, is always that when you step out of bed for the first time in the morning, how does it feel? Because that's going to dictate the rest of the day. So we'll see what happens in the morning.
You know, after the Jazz rally from that 10-point deficit and forced overtime, you guys were able to come up with stops down the stretch. What does that say about kind of this group's progression and maturity late in the season that you're able to hang on in a game like this?
That's just been us lately. You know, we've been one of the top teams defensively, and you know, no matter if you can make shots offensively, you got to be able to get stops down the stretch. You know, especially when you're playing against teams that's been scoring. So we had to get stops, and we did that. I gotta stay focused. I'm locked in, y'all.
Your starting backcourt, Dennis and Austin average. They combined 26 and 10. How important was that for what you guys did to get accomplished tonight?
I mean, it's important for our backcourt to be, you know, complementary to one another, especially when you got D'Lo out. So, you know, to have that backcourt production, them not turning the ball over, them getting shots at the rim, them, you know, getting guys involved, it's important for them to stay focused and lock in on that. So, you know, them two have been playing good basketball for us all year, and they continue to tonight.
LeBron, you said by the end of the road trip you were kind of looking to get off that 2-minute limit, or 38 minutes tonight, played in overtime. Like, do you feel like you're kind of fully back? Or?
Well, I was at 30 to 32 tonight, and obviously because of the overtime, I had to play 5 more. But I was right around where, you know, we kind of starting to bump up a little bit. But you know, the extra 5 minutes definitely didn't help. But you know, we needed to get a win. So we'll see if we can continue that going forward. Not the overtime, but you know where I'm at as far as my minutes.
LeBron, a lot of the late fourth quarter and then overtime action, you know, you and AD trying to figure out a way to get a good shot. There's the one possession where Austin just pulls up right after Olynyk hit the 3. How big is it to get a shot like that to kind of?
Well, we went to him. That was a set play. We went right to AR. On one of our set calls, and he was able to come off and hit a pull-up too. A big shot, needed that, and you know, we trust AR to make plays. I mean, he's been doing it all year, so no second guessing that.
Thanks, Oprah.
Appreciate it.
D-Fish, I think those guys